Hi there, it's Untitled and welcome to this 3-part series on RC cars. And it's quite a simple beginner series really, just taking a look at the different components, and if this is your first RC car, then this is a great series to follow, because this one is going to help you big time with your RC parts and your RC components. And watching this video is going to help you find your way around your RC and help you to start it and get going for the very first time. So let us get going. This is part 1, and in this part we're going to be taking a look at the electric components. So that includes the 2 servos of the vehicle, the receiver, and how those work and what their functions are on the RC Nitro car. So let us get going with that. First, let us take a look at the throttle servo, okay? The throttle servo is this part here, you can see it, and the throttle servo actually operates the carburetor using the throttle linkage. In the following way. You can see this part here is the carburetor opening, okay? And as you pull the trigger on the radio, it sends a signal to the receiver, which then tells the throttle servo that it needs to go this way. And then you can see, by it going this way, it has actually opened up the carburetor. Similarly, by braking, you can see it's closed the carburetor, and this brake linkage here has actually activated the brakes. So it's very, very simple: acceleration and brakes. And this opens and closes up the carburetor linkage, which effectively what means more air, less fuel, etc., etc., going into the engine, which means acceleration and less throttle being applied. The other servo is this one here, and this one controls the steering. So once again, it's very, very simple. When you actually use the steering controls on the vehicle, this will send signal to the receiver, which will then send signal to the steering servo, and depending on whether you have turned it left or right, will actually control whether the motor turns left or right, and therefore turning the steering. So you can see when we turn left, the servo will actually turn this way, you can see it. And when we turn right, this servo will actually turn that way. And it is just like that. Very, very simple, left and right. And then this one, linkages here are what joins this servo to the wheels. You can see we have this main one here going to the servo saver. And then coming from here we have these ones which then go to each wheel hub down here. You can see it. It's very, very simple. And then that connects this servo to both of the wheels for steering. Also, inside the receiver housing box, you can find, first coming out is the battery compartment. This one takes 4 AA sized batteries to this side and to this side, you can see. And here is our receiver here. Let us take a look at this one. So you can see this is a HSP AM2 channel receiver, and all there is to the receiver is this part here known as the crystal. Crystals determine which frequency the transmitter and receiver are receiving and transmitting at. And then all we've got here are 3 channels. You can see this one at the bottom is the battery. Okay, bottom one is the battery. The middle one, channel 1, controls the steering, and channel 2 controls the throttle. These channels do vary depending on your model, etc. of the vehicle, but mostly channel 1 is steering and channel 2 is throttle. And usually battery is the bottom one as well.